In example 2, we're given that Lena wants to make $3,330 doing landscaping jobs over the summer, charging $30 per yard for mowing and $10 per home for watering the plants and trees. If X equals the number of yards mowed and Y equals the number of homes with plants that are watered, we want to know what is the standard form of the equation. And then we're asked to find the X and Y intercepts and interpret them and then graph the equation. So we're wanting AX plus BY equals C, if you want to call it that form. So X is the number of yards mowed, and she charges $30 per yard. So this portion is going to be 30X plus Y is the number of homes where she waters the plants, and she charges $10 per house, so 10Y. And her goal is to make $3,330. So 30X plus 10Y equals 3,330. That's our equation. Now we're also asked to find the X and Y intercepts. So to find the Y-intercept, we substitute X equals 0. To find the X-intercept, we substitute Y equals 0. So let's find the X-intercept first. 30X plus 10 times 0 equals 3,330. So 30X equals 3,330. We divide both sides by 30, and we get X equals 111. So the X-intercept is 111, 0. Now let's go ahead and find the Y-intercept. So that's going to be when X equals 0, so 30 times 0 plus 10Y equals 3,330. 10Y equals 3,330. Divide both sides by 10, and we get that Y equals 333. So the Y-intercept is going to be 0, 333. Now as far as interpreting these, the X-intercept is when Y equals 0. And remember, Y is the homes that she's watered the plants, the number of homes that she's watered the plants. So the X-intercept is the number of yards mowed that she would need to get her goal, $3,330. The Y-intercept, and again this is if no plants watered. The Y-intercept is the number of houses where plants were watered. Again, to get to that $3,330, granted that no yards are mowed. So the X-intercept is the number of yards she would need to mow in order to reach her goal if she watered no plants, and the Y-intercept is the number of houses where she'd have to water plants if she mowed no yards. So now we'll go ahead and plot this, and there's no point in having negative because you can't have negative yards mowed and negative houses with plants watered. All we need to make sure is that we'll have X here and Y here. We need to just go ahead and graph our X and Y intercepts. So we'll go ahead and make each one of these 10. And in the Y direction, we'll make each one of these 50. So 50. So we know our Y-intercept is 0, 333. So that's going to be somewhere right along in here. And we know our X-intercept is 111, 0. So we know this is 110 right here. So it's going to be just past this, just a hair. And then we will go ahead and connect those two dots, connect those 2 points to have our line. There's no reason to extend with arrows in this case because we can't have negative instances of either. And there's our graph. So yards mowed is X. So again, interpreting those X and Y intercepts, we have the 0, 333. So if she mows no yards, she'll have to water plants at 333 houses. And if we look at the 111 0, that means if she waters no plants at any houses, she'll have to mow 111 yards. So it looks like that Lena is going to have a very busy summer.